Chosen one. Lock your eyes on this message right now. That strange feeling you have been carrying all week, the one you cannot quite name, stop running from it and let it speak. Because what I am about to tell you is not a warning. It is a verdict. They saw it, the ones who have been working against you, whispering about you, positioning themselves around you. They finally saw what has been standing behind you this entire time. And the moment they saw it, everything shifted, not gradually, not slowly, instantly. Like a room going dark when the power cuts. They are not loud anymore. Have you noticed that? The ones who had so much to say about your life have gone unusually quiet. Maybe you felt it this week and brushed it off. Or maybe you assumed your season of favor had somehow slipped through your fingers. You assumed wrong. It all ends now. The warfare, the delay, the whisper campaign, the invisible resistance that made every step feel like you were walking through concrete. It ends here, and it ends because of who you are. Not what you have done perfectly, but because of who has been assigned to stand behind you. The enemy is not fighting you anymore. He is retreating, and there is a specific reason that matters for your life right now. You did not stumble onto this message. The algorithm did not surface this for you. The Holy Spirit brought you here. This is a divine appointment, written before the foundations of this earth were laid, and the fact that you are watching right now is not coincidence. It is confirmation. Stay until the very last second, because in the next few minutes, I am going to show you exactly who they saw standing behind you, and why it terrified them. I am going to walk you through the specific moment this week when your covering was fully revealed, even though you felt completely alone. And at the end, I am going to give you the declaration that closes this chapter and locks the enemy out of your next season permanently. Do not leave this message early. Your future self needs you to stay, because if you click away now, you walk away from the verdict right before it is delivered in your favor. I know what the last 72 hours have felt like. The atmosphere around you has not been normal. It has been charged, tense, heavy in a way that felt personal, like the pressure was aimed specifically at you. Maybe you spent a moment this week completely alone and felt something weighing on you so intensely that you had to sit down. Not from sadness exactly, but from the sheer heaviness of a season that has asked so much from you. Or maybe you caught yourself watching other people move forward, watching doors open for them, while yours stayed shut, and a voice inside started suggesting the reason was you, that you had somehow missed it, that you had been too slow, too broken, too compromised to qualify for what you were promised. You feel like you are standing in a hallway between what was and what has been spoken over your life, and the hallway keeps getting longer. And in that hallway, the enemy has been playing a very specific recording in your mind on a loop. He has been telling you that the reason you cannot see your breakthrough is because of that moment. That moment this week when you did not respond the way you should have, when you pulled back instead of pressing in, when you went silent instead of standing up, when you let someone walk away and you did not chase them down. He has been telling you that moment was the moment you disqualified yourself, that your covering was conditional, and you violated the condition, that the one standing behind you finally looked at what you did and stepped away. But I need you to hear what the Word of God actually says about this moment. Isaiah 54:17 says, "This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord." Listen to what that promise is actually saying. Not that no weapon will be formed. Weapons will come. Tongues will rise. People will position themselves, speak against you, conspire against your name, and aim directly at your future. But not one of those weapons will find its mark. Not because you are perfect, because of your heritage, because of who you belong to, because of who is standing behind you. The enemy is not backing away from you because you became stronger this week. He is backing away because he finally saw your covering clearly, and what he saw ended his confidence in the assignment against your life. That moment you think was your weakness was the exact moment your covering became visible to the spirit realm. When you went silent instead of retaliating, you did not forfeit your position. You revealed whose you are. Restraint at that level is not human. And the darkness recognized that immediately. The heaviness you feel right now is not the weight of being forgotten. It is the weight of a chapter closing. The kind of closing that is irreversible. You are not starting this lap over. You are not back at the beginning. You are standing at the finish line of the hardest season of your life. And they are trembling because they can see what you cannot yet. That the one standing behind you just gave the signal that it is over. You did not ruin your story. You were protected through it. If you are still here, if what was just said landed in a place that needed to hear it, type in the comments right now, "I am still here. I am still standing," not as a performance. As a declaration that the hallway did not break you, that the loop the enemy was playing did not convince you, that you are still in this. Type it now. They trembled. Not because of your strength, your status, or anything you built with your hands. They trembled because they caught a glimpse of what has been walking with you, and it terrified them. What stood behind you was not human. What stood behind you was not something they could negotiate with, manipulate, or overpower. And the moment they saw it, they knew. The game was already over. But here is what I need you to understand before we go any deeper. You did not know. You have been walking through fire, through betrayal, through silence and seasons of confusion, and you did not know what was escorting you through every single one of those moments. You felt alone. You questioned yourself. You wondered why the attacks kept coming, why the opposition never seemed to let up, why people who should have loved you chose to leave or destroy instead. And the answer to every single one of those questions is standing right behind you. Type 444 in the comments right now. 444 is the sign of divine protection and covering. What you could not see escorting you through every season of fire and confusion was real, was present, and never left. Type it and declare that what stands behind you has not changed and will not change regardless of what the last 72 hours felt like. Now let me take you somewhere most people never go. Because understanding that you are protected is one thing. Understanding why you were targeted in the first place is something else entirely. The enemy does not waste resources on ordinary assignments. He does not mobilize the kind of opposition you have faced against people who pose no threat. Think about that. Every coordinated attack, every unexpected betrayal, every door that slammed in your face at what felt like the worst possible moment. None of that was random. It was a response, a reaction. Something in the unseen world recognized what you carried before you ever recognized it yourself. And it moved against you because of it. The unseen world observed the divine blueprint etched within your spirit, a blueprint that promised a destiny of light and impact, and it sought to dismantle it before it could fully manifest. This is where the story of David becomes something more than Sunday school material. Before David ever wore a crown, before he killed Goliath, before he was anointed in front of his brothers, Saul was already hunting him. Saul, a man with an entire kingdom at his disposal, became obsessed with destroying a shepherd boy. Why? Because the spirit of kingship had already departed from Saul and rested on David, and Saul felt it. He could not explain it. He could not articulate it. But he felt the weight of what was on David, and it drove him to madness. The opposition you have experienced in your life has the same root. It was never about what you did. It was always about what you carry. Your life is not merely a series of events. It is a tapestry woven with divine intention. And the enemy's attacks are not random snags, but desperate attempts to unravel the sacred threads of your destiny, because he knows, even if you have not fully realized it, that you are destined for more. Someone is still reading their life as a series of random failures, still interpreting every closed door as personal rejection, still carrying the attacks as evidence that something is wrong with them, rather than evidence of what they carry. They have never had anyone name what is actually happening behind the opposition they have faced. They are exhausted from surviving what they do not yet understand. This mission exists to reach them. Through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you can sow a seed into the work that sends this word forward, not to a channel. Into the life of someone who needs to hear that the attack was never about what they did. It was always about what they carry, a coffee, a one-time gift, a monthly place in the inner circle that keeps this mission moving. Every level sends the same declaration that someone else's assignment deserves to be named and defended before they lose the strength to keep standing. Bring with you, as you plant this, the specific attack that hit hardest. The one you most interpreted as evidence of your failure. Hold it and release this seed as the first act of someone who now reads that attack differently. Not as proof of your inadequacy, as proof of your assignment. The siege is proof of the royalty you carry. But here is where it goes deeper. And I need you to stay with me, because this is where most people stop short of the real revelation. You have accepted the idea that the enemy opposes you. What you have not fully accepted is that heaven has been actively, strategically, and relentlessly fighting on your behalf the entire time. Not just permitting things to work out, fighting the same intensity that darkness brought against you, the Most High deployed in your defense. You were never in that battle alone. There were moments where doors should have opened and they did not. Not because God forgot you, but because what was waiting behind that door would have destroyed what God was building in you. There were people who should have had more power over your life and they did not because of luck, but because something stopped them. You called it coincidence. Heaven called it intervention. Every closed door was not a rejection, it was a redirection. Every formidable obstacle was not a sign of your inadequacy, but a testament to the powerful forces that deemed you too precious to expose to premature peril. Your seasons of waiting were not periods of dormancy, but periods of vital cultivation, shielded by an omniscient love that understood the perfect timing for your unveiling. And this leads us to something most people miss entirely, something hidden in plain sight that changes the way you read your own story. The attacks were not evidence of your weakness. They were evidence of your assignment. Weak things do not get that kind of attention. Inconsequential lives do not attract that level of darkness. The warfare you survived, and you did survive it, was proportional to the threat you represent to the kingdom of darkness. And once that lands in your spirit, once that truly moves from your head to the place where you actually believe things, you will never interpret your suffering the same way again. Type in the comments right now, the attack is proof of the assignment. Write it in full, not as a cliché, as the reframe this message just handed you about every opposition, every betrayal, every door that closed. Type it, and let that sentence replace the one the enemy has been playing on loop. If this word is confirming something your spirit has been trying to tell you for a long time, share it right now with someone who is still interpreting their warfare as evidence of failure. Someone who needs to understand that the level of opposition they have faced is not random. It is territorial. Send it before you keep watching. Stay with me, because right now, in this moment, there is a real possibility that you are still holding something that should have been released a long time ago. Not the pain, though that may need releasing too. Something subtler. Something that feels like wisdom, but has been functioning as a wall. You have been waiting for proof. You have been waiting for confirmation that you are who God says you are before you begin to move like it. You have been holding your identity hostage to evidence, asking heaven to verify itself to you before you will trust it. And I understand why. The wounds were real, the disappointments were real. The people who spoke life over you and then disappeared, that was real. But waiting for proof before you walk in faith is not humility. It is agreement with the very lie that was designed to keep you frozen. Think of Moses at the burning bush. God had already seen the affliction of his people. God had already heard their cry. God had already come down. And yet Moses stood there asking God who he was, who he should say sent him. What if they do not believe him? Moses was not being humble. Moses was negotiating with his own calling. He had spent 40 years in the wilderness convincing himself that the fire he felt in Egypt was a mistake, that the vision he carried was presumption, that he was not the man for the moment. And God patiently, firmly, without condemnation kept pushing him forward. The staff in your hand is enough. Go. And that word is speaking to you right now. Whatever is in your hand is enough. Whatever has been forged in your wilderness is not waste. It is weaponry, and you are being told to go. The wilderness did not render you incapable. It forged you. It tempered your spirit, stripped away what needed to go, and prepared you for the task ahead. Your own wilderness experiences have done the same. The skills you have acquired, the resilience you have developed, the quiet strength you have cultivated in isolation, these are not liabilities. They are your divine armament. The staff in your hand right now is enough to begin. Through the link in the description or the pinned comment, there is an act of going available to you right now. A seed you can plant into this mission before the proof arrives, not after you see the results before. A coffee, a one-time gift, a monthly place in the inner circle. Moses did not get the proof first. He got the instruction. Go, and the staff became the instrument of miracles only after he started moving. This seed is your version of picking up the staff, not because you have all the answers, because you trust the one who sent you. Bring with you as you plant this the specific thing you have been waiting for proof on before you moved. The calling you have not named out loud yet. The assignment you have been negotiating with instead of accepting. Hold it, and release this seed as the first movement of someone who decided that the staff in their hand is enough. Go. But here is the part that requires real honesty, and I am asking you to stay open to it. Some of the delay in your life has not been the enemy. Some of it has not been a lack of faith or a lack of readiness. Some of the delay has been a hidden attachment to the version of yourself that suffers. Not because you enjoy suffering, you do not, but because suffering has become familiar, identity-forming. There is a part of you that knows exactly how to navigate pain, how to hold it with grace, how to speak about it in ways that move people. And somewhere in that familiarity, a quiet fear took root. The fear of who you are without the struggle. The fear of what happens when the defining narrative shifts from wounded to whole. This is a deeply uncomfortable truth. It is the comfort of the familiar narrative, the story you have told yourself and others about your struggles, your trials, your enduring spirit. It becomes a coat you wear, a badge of honor even. But when the potential for wholeness arises, a terrifying question emerges. Who am I if I am no longer defined by what I have overcome? Type 1111 in the comments right now. 1111 is the number of new beginnings and divine alignment. It is the signal that a new identity is forming, one that is not built on what you survived, but on who you already are in Him. If you are ready to stop negotiating with your calling, ready to stop waiting for the other shore to appear before stepping into the water, type it now. Declare that you are moving before the proof arrives. What lives beneath that fear is something that will surprise you. It is not doubt. It is not even fear in its simplest form. It is an ancient lie about worthiness that was planted so early and watered so consistently by the voices and experiences of your early life that it calcified into what felt like truth. The lie says that breakthrough must be earned, that wholeness is something you graduate into after enough suffering, after offering enough sacrifice, enough proof to God and to yourself that you deserve it. And so you keep suffering, not always because circumstances demand it, but because some part of you believes you are not yet qualified to stop. That lie is not from heaven. It never was. It is the foundational untruth upon which so many of your struggles have been built. The insidious whisper that suggests your value is conditional, that your blessings are rewards for enduring hardship, rather than unmerited gifts from a loving Creator. You have internalized the performance-based economy of the world, applying it to your relationship with God, believing that your worthiness is a matter of accumulated suffering rather than inherent divine declaration. Type 333 in the comments right now. 333 means you are not alone in this layer, not in the hidden attachment to suffering, not in the ancient lie that breakthrough must be earned, not in the fear of who you are without the familiar narrative of the wound. Every person typing alongside you right now is confronting the same root system. You are not uniquely broken. You are uniquely honest in this moment. And that honesty is the beginning of the release. And now we arrive at what I believe God wants to confront in you today, the thing you probably did not see coming when you started watching this. The greatest barrier between where you are and where you are called to be is not the enemy trembling behind you. It is not the people who betrayed you. It is not even the wounds that have not fully healed. It is the version of you that has not yet given yourself permission to be the person those forces are already reacting to. They are trembling at who stands behind you, but heaven is waiting for you to tremble at who stands within you, the Spirit of the living God, not distant, not waiting to be earned, not contingent on your performance or your healing timeline present, active already in motion. And the only thing left is for you to agree with what heaven has already declared over your life. You are waiting for external validation, for the circumstances to align, for the last vestige of pain to dissipate before you fully claim your God-given authority. But God's power is not waiting for your permission. It is already resident within you. The enemy's trembling is not a sign of your impending victory. It is a signal of your present reality. And heaven's anticipation is not for a future performance, but for your present alignment with the truth of who you already are in Him. This is where the cycle breaks. Not when the circumstances change, not when the opposition stops, not when enough time has passed. It breaks the moment you stop waiting for permission from the very world that was never meant to commission you. Your commissioning came from the throne. It was spoken over you before you drew your first breath. And everything that has tried to silence it, every attack, every betrayal, every delay, every voice that told you that you were too broken, too late, too ordinary, has already failed because you are still here, you are still standing. And what is standing behind you never left. This is the season where the permission you have been waiting for is given. Not by circumstances, not by people, by you. And that act of self-permission, that moment of saying, I am already who they are trembling at, is the most powerful declaration you can make. Through the link in the description or the pinned comment, plant a final seed into this mission right now. A coffee, a one-time gift, a monthly place in the inner circle, not because you are finally ready, not because you have healed enough, not because the proof arrived, because you are done waiting for permission from a world that was never meant to commission you. This seed is not an act of generosity, it is an act of agreement. Agreement with what heaven already declared. Agreement that you carry something the darkness trembles at. Agreement that you are not behind, not forgotten, not too broken to be used. Bring with you, as you plant this, the specific permission you have been withholding from yourself. The version of you that was waiting to feel ready, the calling you were waiting to feel qualified for, the assignment you were waiting for external confirmation on. Hold it, and release this seed as the moment you gave yourself permission to be exactly who those forces have been reacting to all along. You were not waiting for the breakthrough to begin. The breakthrough was waiting for you to agree that it already had. Place your hand on your heart and declare this with me. I release every label that was placed on me by people who could not see what heaven sees. I release the belief that my suffering is my identity. I release the need for permission from a world that was never meant to define me. I am not behind. I am not forgotten. I am not too broken to be used. I carry something that darkness trembles at and heaven celebrates. I step into this season not waiting for proof, but moving in faith. The warfare I survived was preparation. The silence I endured was formation. And what God placed in me before birth cannot be cancelled by what any human being has done since. I am chosen. I am covered. I am already walking in what God ordained, and I declare that from this moment forward I move like I know what is standing behind me, because now I do. Type in the comments right now, I am chosen, I am covered, I move like I know what is standing behind me. Write the whole thing. Let it be the first declaration of someone who gave themselves permission today, because what you declare in faith over your own life becomes the atmosphere. Everything else has to enter through. If this word reached you today, do not let it pass through you like information. Let it stay. Let it work. Share it with someone who needs to be reminded that the battle they are in is proof of the calling they carry. And subscribe, so the next word knows exactly where to find you.